Hello, 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 hello. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Let's make sure that we're up and going. Are we not up and going here? That's weird. Okay, we are. Awesome. Okay, we're everywhere. Okay, we're good. 2:30 a.m. here, but I'm still here for the stream. Let's go. Dark Frost Frozen. Dang, it's that late. Sorry, I have to send this text message. I have to send this text message. Okay, I think we're here. I think we are live. Got some. What's good? What's good, Bubba? How you doing? Mm, let me see. Shoot. Hopefully you've been doing well. Let me. Crap. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay. I think everything is going smoothly. All right, the stream is going smooth. Okay, everybody's in here. What's up, Rob? How you doing? Yeah, we got the chessboard. Yes, I am Ankh. Whatever. I don't care about that. Did you meet Cashin? Nope, I have not. Not yet, at least. Oh crap! Not yet, at least. I think they're going through their. Let me check out there right quick. I think they're going through their second round, or maybe in just a little bit. They're gearing up for the second round. Hmm. Uh, So let me see. I'm trying to announce it in the Discord that I'm streaming. I'm trying to announce it at the Discord, but the Discord isn't pulling up. Oh, I don't know why the Discord isn't pulling up on my laptop. That's a little bit crazy. Guess I'll just do it from the phone. Do it from the phone. We do not. I gotta get some stuff situated right quick. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. All right. Okay. I think we. All right. I did everything. I did everything. There is one thing that I have to do. I will. Okay. So I haven't got any games yet. I haven't got any games yet. But we are gonna do some lessons today. We are gonna do some lessons. I'm just setting up everything right quick. Give me one second. I don't think I'm complaining because I like this, but why are you streaming so early compared to the usual? Because this is like for an event. So this is basically not just for me, myself, and I. Anyway, can y'all hear me? Are we ready? We are going to pick out a game right quick. We're gonna pick out a game, an oldie. All right. Hello. Dang, what game do I want to pick out today? I feel like I haven't did this in a while. I feel like I haven't did this in a while, but that's fine. Ooh, do we do a Fischer game? Nah, y'all know all the Fischer game. Ooh, a Mikhail Tal game. I haven't done a Mikhail Tal game at all. So, Mikhail Tal, there we go. Until we get some games in, we are going to review a Mikhail Tal game. How about that? Sounds good enough? This is going to be exciting. And if anybody from Supernationals wants to input their game in in the chat, or like just tell me that you have a game that you wanted to share, that you send me an email, just let me know. All right, cool. But we are just going to get started. Oh, is that not one? I think everything is going well. Okay. Multi-stream it so I can see both chats. Here we go. My son got a crazy hoodie at Supernationals for winning. Shout out to Nationals. Hey, let's go. He got a crazy hoodie. Wait a minute. He got a Supernationals hoodie? What color is it? Hey, tell me all about it. Let's go. All right. So, it's been a while since I've done this. My birthday's tomorrow. Hey, shoot. Shout out to you, Nelson. Hopefully you have a good day tomorrow, man. What's good, H1? What's good, David the Writer? How you doing? So we are going to go over this Mikhail Tal game. If I don't get any games in, hey, we're just gonna keep on. Y'all are gonna keep on learning, and we're gonna figure out exactly the right moves with this Mikhail Tal game. We're gonna be the white pieces. They're gonna be. I mean, we're gonna be the white pieces. Our opponent's gonna be the black pieces. There's this Mikhail Tal game that I wanted to go over. So Mikhail Tal against Alexander. That's the guy's name, Alexander. And it's actually been a while since I went over this too. So let's get started. I gotta load it up. Are you into watches? Not exactly. Not exactly too into it. I know a few stuff, but not too much. Not too much. Put this in PGN. Oh crap. Nope, nope, that's not it. Okay, we got it. We're cracking. We're cracking lacking now. That's the expression I wanted to say. So, what do y'all think is the first move that was played here? And let me just remove that because we don't need. Yeah, y'all know that people are talking. We don't need that. So, what do you think is the first move here in this position in this game? Patzer Gamer, what's up? How you doing? Let's do Patzer. What do you think is the first move? Oh. Yeah, man, it's like Baby Blue. It says this is what winners look like. Hey, that's cool. That is dope. Who said? I think somebody said the move. E4. Yep, it's a Mikhail Tal game. You should have known. E4 was the first move that was played here, and so after E4, we have this move. Wait a minute. Dang. We have this move E4. C5 was played in this position, and then after C5, we have knight to F3 and D6 in the position. After D6, what do you think Mikhail Tal played next? What do you think Mikhail Tal played next? And put a one in the chat if you want me for Twitch. If you want me to put the digital board out there, put a one in the chat. If you don't need it, then that's fine too. D4, you think it's D4. I need like an easier way to do this. Hmm. What's up, Pat Willie? How you doing? Pat's a gamer. Yeah, zero. Oh, y'all just need this board? Okay, cool. He said zero. Zero's needed. All right. It's his first big tournament, so it's pretty hype. And thanks for all your tips that I showed to him. Hey, Teddy. Thank you. Hey, this dude is great. That's awesome. So after, yep, D4 is correct. So after D4 in this position, we have C takes on D4. And then what is the next move that white plays here after C takes on D4? What is the next move here? I have to like flip through. What is the next move here? Knight takes on D4. Is that the move? Knight takes on D4. Yep. So we have knight takes on D4. And then after knight takes on D4, knight to F6. That is attacking the pawn on E4. What do we do next in this Sicilian line? It's just really hard to. I need something else. Put a one in the chat if you think the chat should be moved to the right. We're just gonna move the chat to the right. Usually I have the chat on the right hand side. Usually I have the chat on the right hand side. All right. What moves do we have here? After knight to F6, what do you think Mikhail Tal did here in this position? What do you think Mikhail Tal did here in this position? Does anybody know? Southern Chess Spirit. Okay, yep, you are correct. So knight to C3, protecting the pawn on E4. And so after knight to C3, we have knight to C6, that is attacking the knight on D4. And then what happens here after knight to C6? Because usually there's like moves like A6 that happens here, E6, G6. There's a lot of moves, different moves that can happen in the Sicilian defense, but we're going on this line, knight to C6. That is kind of going along with the classical variation of the Sicilian. Now, after knight to C6, what do you think Mikhail Tal played? Do they want to trade knights? Are we going to keep on developing? What is the best move here in this position?
Can you turn up your mic level up a bit? Smiley face.
Oh, can you not hear me? Okay, I'll turn it up a little bit. All right. Turn it up a little bit. Can you hear me now? Woohoo! I don't know what's too loud or not. E5. No, wait, bishop b5. Now I officially don't know what Tal does for sure, but I figure maybe bishop to e3. That makes sense, but he actually did something else here. So after knight to c6, putting pressure on this knight, he did. I think somebody actually already got it here. So nope, nobody got it yet. He didn't do bishop to b5. C1 to e3, not c1 to e3. H1, do you have a guide on your channel to play against the Sicilian? I don't think I have a guide on anything to play against the Sicilian. I do have different variations that can be played. Not a perfect guide. Bishop c4. Yeah, so we already got the suggestions of like bishop b5, bishop c4, bishop to e3. He actually went along with an aggressive line, but that's up for y'all to figure out. I mean, that's not up to me. f4. Jason is saying f4. Okay, I see. So f4 is the move that you want to do. f3. F4 is aggressive, but that's not the. He developed a piece. He developed a piece in this position. So with the bishop move, you're almost correct, but y'all was kind of like trying to move the wrong bishop. So not bishop c4, not bishop b5, but not bishop e3 either. You was kind of correct with that bishop. It's kind of correct. Yeah, bishop g5 is usually the line to go down with putting pressure on that knight on f6. And so after bishop to g5, we have next the move e6. After e6, what are we doing? We're Mikhail Tal. We're trying to attack the opponents. We're trying to attack the opponent. Go into a more aggressive position. Do we just do like bishop b2, castle kingside? What do we exactly do here in this position? Bishop g5. F1 to c4. F1 to what? F1 to c4. Oh, you're trying to move the bishop. We just do algebraic notation here because if you just say f1 to c4, I don't know exactly what that means. But I do get it. I don't play the open Sicilian as white, so I don't have any theory. What do you think? Southern chess spirit? You're correct. Even though you don't have any theory, you kind of get the idea that we're trying to play as Mikhail Tal, and we're trying to do the most aggressive moves, which is queen to d2. Why do queen to d2 in this position? Well, Mikhail Tal has several different ideas about why he did queen to d2. Because after bishop to e7, what's the idea? What is the idea? What do you think is the next move here for white? I don't know why that's. Here we go. What's the next idea for white? Usually against a Sicilian, black wants to play the most aggressive line possible. But it's up for y'all to figure out. It's up for y'all to figure out. What is the most aggressive line that could be played here? Yeah. So white decided to castle queenside in this position. Castle queenside. And after castling queenside, black castle queenside, castle kingside, and then what else? Mikhail Tal, he was a very aggressive opponent. He didn't want to trade any pieces. And so it's up for y'all to figure out exactly how this guy plays. Rubik's Cube is saying castle queenside, definitely agree. Everybody's saying castle queenside. Good job on that. All right. I'm basically getting a lesson by myself. Hardly anyone else is saying anything. That is true, but hey, it's like you're getting a lesson, like you said. And I mean, all I can say is that the more that you comment, the more you will be able to get out of this lesson so that I can explain things, the more that you're trying to figure out the best move and try really hard to do so. But yeah, you can comment, and if you get a comment, you get a shout out by me, truly, H1, okay? But definitely H4, I basically get an O. Okay. Nope, it's not H4 though. The next move that was played was not H4. I'll let y'all try to figure it out for like 15, 30 seconds. Let y'all try to figure it out for like 15, 30 seconds. Is this Isaac game? Oh, nope. I didn't get any games so far in the emails, in my emails. Who's Isaac? We're doing a Mikhail Tal game. But I still don't understand why he played castle queenside instead of developing his a light square bishop. So usually in the Sicilian defense, White wants to aggressively attack the opponent's king, and so he knew that he was going to castle kingside in this position. There are like certain lines where Black does castle queenside, but we're not talking about that right now. So when somebody castles queenside, they want to be the most aggressive player as possible. And so now the idea isn't like strategic play or just trying to open up the center, things of that nature when you castle on the same side. The idea is to attack the opponent's king. So there are two ways to attack the opponent's king. It's either to pawn storm or to do a piece attack, in which a piece attack usually requires a piece sacrifice. But anyway, the center sort of almost really don't even matter anymore because they just trying to attack each other on either side of the board. When both sides castle on opposite sides, it is called a war in chess because it's going to get really messy, really dirty in this position. Never mind, not the bishop. So one thing that happens here in this game, hey Guild, how you doing? One thing that Mikhail Tal had in mind was that this knight on d4 is being attacked by this knight on c6, and he wanted to keep the pieces on the board as much as possible. So he decided to do what? What do you think? Yeah, I think he didn't really like that tension with that knight there. He didn't really like that tension. All right, any suggestions? What are we doing? I hardly ever get a chance like that, sadly. All right. Also like g4. Yeah, there are times where the rook g1, there is a line. I forgot what that line is specifically called, though. I did forget what that line is specifically called. There is a line like that, which is, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Huh? What? What is, oh my goodness. All right. Okay. That's interesting. Anyway. My three candidate moves are f3, h4, and f4. We route to the king side. Knight to f3. He said it's a move with the knight on d4. Yeah, I did say that it's a move with the knight on d4. Because sometimes this tension, Mikhail Tal didn't really like the tension with the knight on d4. He wanted to keep the pieces on the board. And so, what do you think that he did with this knight right here? What do you think? Yeah, f3 is reasonable. Yes, h4 is reasonable. And f4 is reasonable. Because you want to attack each other on opposite sides, on the opposite sides of the board. Knight to f3. Knight to f3 is probably going to just block your f-pawn. That's what he was probably worried about. But I've only just joined this. What is the task here? The task is to figure out the best moves for the white pieces. Yeah, so Mikhail Tal actually did this move knight to b3 here in this position. And after knight to b3, we have queen to b6. Because, like I said, Black wants to attack the queen side. And plus, you know, don't forget about our f2 pawn. Sometimes the f2 pawn can get left in this position if like white does queen to d3, exactly, etc. And then plus, Black have this plan of doing like a5, a4, trying to attack this knight on b3. Mikhail Tal did what next here in this position? It's actually one of the candidate moves that Steven said. It's actually one of the candidate moves. Yeah, but you said it was a knight move, and I didn't think knight to f3 would be right, though. Yeah, that is true, but there's other knight moves, Rubik's Cube. There's other knight moves that can be played. So what is the move right now for the white pieces? We gotta get started attacking the king side, but what's the move that gets us there? What's the move that gets us started? Oh my goodness, bro, come on. Monkey Two Shoes, bro, who are you? And why would you say that? Chill. Chill, bro. I don't know who that was. H4 or G4? H4 or G4? Doesn't G4 just blow? I guess you want to just open up the G file, but he wasn't that extreme. Mikhail Tal was crazy. You're gonna see his craziness in this game, but that's not the move that he played here. That's not the move that he played here. Give me 1 second, guys. Actually, I gotta actually switch mics for a minute. This is a random chatter on YouTube. No worries. It's like, bro, can y'all hear me? Do I sound okay? I don't know how loudly this mic makes me sound. I don't know how loudly this mic makes me sound. All right. Cool beans. It's a little bit up, but nothing we can't change. It's a little bit too loud. Okay. All right. Cool. It's better? You said it's better. Okay. All right. We're getting somewhere. It's okay? Okay, cool. Yes, for some reason, we lost TikTok for some reason. It's fine. Okay, Ninja. Okay, cool. So what is the move that Mikhail Tal played? I'm looking at the chat. Nobody said the move. Oh, Southern Chess Spirit. He got it. Southern Chess Spirit got it. Okay, cool. So in this position, let me see. Okay, in this position, we got this move F3 here. And after F3, which is, you wanted to do G4 anyway, you wanted to do H4 anyway, and so why not do F3, protect the pawn on E4, and plan those moves, etc. Now, after F3, A6, and then what was played next here after A6? What was played next here after A6? Gotta get TikTok up in here. Oh. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Right. Now everybody's up in here. Okay, cool. G4, Chris Cruz, you are correct. Chess Spirit, you are correct. Not H4, but G4. So after G4, in which the computer is like, you could have did something better, but you know, we're never gonna mind that. Anyway, after G4, Rook to D8 in this position, and then what happens? So we need to figure out how to reorganize our pieces to attack the castle king over here. And
Cheer
what Mikhail Tal wanted
100.
to do was
Joshua
a pawn
Bevan
storm,
cheered 100
but
bits.
we can't really do a pawn storm with like pieces in the way. So we need to do something here in this position. We got to do something. We are the white pieces. We're trying to figure out the best moves here. You know what? Where's my stick at? Where's my stick? Hey, wait a minute. All right, that's what didn't feel right. Anyway, we want to push up this pawn. We want to do a pawn storm. We can't really do a pawn storm in this area with this bishop still on G5. So after rook to D8, what do you think white should be doing here in this position? Hey Joshua, how you doing? Thank you for the bits. I said that before you gave the hint. Did you bring the plunger with you? I did not bring the plunger with me. I would not do such thing. Hey Joshua, how you doing? We're trying to figure out the best moves for the white pieces here. Figure out the best moves. What the? We're trying to figure out the best moves for the white pieces here. And make sure that you like the string too. I'm trying to, I don't know why my power cord isn't exactly working. It's like the weirdest thing ever. There we go. All right, cool. All right, we're all straight now. To make the way for the free pawn, bishop h4. Now bishop h4, we want every move to start with a tempo because of forcing moves. The idea of forcing moves. Checks, captures, and threats. Would trade king bishop, bishop. So not bishop h4, not bishop takes on f6 because most likely we're gonna need that bishop for the attack. But there's a move that we can make which can complete the idea of like doing our pawn storm and have them actually tend to the threat that you will make in the next move. To make the way for the bishop. So what is the best moves for the white pieces? I need comments. I need your suggestions. If I don't have your suggestions, I don't know what else I'm gonna do. I can't move on with the lesson without your suggestions. Dang. So what do you think is the best move for the white pieces? What do you think? And if you say the best move, I will give you a shout out. Gosh, Lee. Oh, everything's like falling apart. That's just like being at home. I think it's good now. Okay, bishop e5, attack the queen, bishop e. Yes, chess spirit, you're correct. Not castle, but bishop to e3. So we want to push up the pawns on the king side. But we need to do bishop to e3 to attack the queen. And so now they have to like tend to one of our threats while we try to complete our moves that we got going on too. And so after bishop to e3, we have our next moves, which is queen to c7, which is their best move. After queen to c7, what is the move that was made first? What do you think? What do you think was played here in this position? Frank, what's up? We see moves like g5. We're trying to play like Mikhail Tal here. And Mikhail Tal was a very decent chess player, all right? World champion, in fact. Short-lived, but he was a world champion. Rubik's Cube, you are correct. Chess Spirit, you are correct. Okay, we're getting a lot more comments in here right now. So after this move, h4, because we want to do a pawn storm, we don't want to just rush one pawn up there at a time. And then we have our next move, which was b5, because they want to attack us on the queen side. So after b5, what do we do next? Do we like pause our attack and try to tend to whatever they got going on here? Do we do a move like a3 in this position? Or do we move the knight on b3 to a1? I don't know. What are we doing here in this position? Do we stop our attack or do we keep on going forward? We are the white piece. We're trying to figure out the best moves here for white. What do you think? What do you think was played And if you comment the best answer, you will get a shout out. Like always, push pawn, h5, h5. I'm seeing h5. So we are pushing a pawn. You are, in fact, correct. But which pawn are we pushing? That's the most important thing. Twin, you are correct. So we're pushing this pawn on g5 here, attacking the knight on f6. This knight, is it going to move? Does it have to move somewhere? Let's figure out what the opponent did here. So after after g5, attacking the knight on f6, we have this move knight to d7. After knight to d7, what do you think white played next here in this position? Knight to d7, what's next? g4, g4, is a knight to d4 a decent move? Knight to d4, what? Oh, put our knight to d4. No, we want to continue our pawn storm. What do you mean? They're trying to attack us. We're casting on opposite sides of the board. This is war. Like, what are you talking about? We're trying to attack their king while they're trying to attack our king. h5, bishop f4. Those aren't the moves that was played here. He actually did something that was very spontaneous. He did a very spontaneous move. Because this is Mikhail Tal that we're talking about here. So what move could he have played? Oh snap, twin fan G. He got it, His username is crazy, but he got the move correct. This game is about to go absolutely insane, all right? He did this move, g6. Now, the thing about Mikhail Tal games is it completely sound? No. Was it good enough psychologically to get the opponent out of his rhythm? Yeah, most definitely. And that's what I like to see. So after g6, h takes on g6 in this position. And then what happens next after h takes on g6? What happens next? What was the whole point? What was the whole point of pushing up g6? We're just trying to get our pieces into the opponent's living room, right? We need to get over there into their house, to their casa. You know what I mean? We need to be sitting on their couch about time this game ends. Like that's exactly what we need to do. And so, Keelan, you're correct. We have this next move, h5, in this position. That's the exact reason why we did this move, g6. And so after h5, sacking another pawn, well, not the second pawn isn't a sack, but you get the drift of what we're trying to do after g takes on h5. And so after this move, what does white play next here in this position? What do you think? You're the white pieces. You need to play like a grandmaster. How do we do so? How do we do so? I've been eyeing that move, but not time for it yet. Now, we just did it. We are trying to figure out the best moves for the white pieces. What is the next best move here in this position? We need to sack pieces to get over there. Pat Willie, yeah. I'm just wondering. I'm just testing y'all logic here. Y'all was thinking about. I don't know what y'all was thinking about, but the whole purpose was opening up this h file for the rook. And so after rook takes on h5, now we got some threats going on here. Not exactly yet because we don't have any like rook. We want to do like rook ha, king ha, queen h2. We're not doing moves like that. No. The attack that we need is going to need more power behind it. And so as we go forward in this game, you're going to see why Mikhail Tal was feared over the chessboard of being everybody was feared of being destroyed by this guy. Anyway, after rook takes on h5, knight to f6, attacking the rook on h5. And then what do you think Mikhail Tal did next? Did he let his rook get captured? No. He did not. He actually did something other than that. He did something else. What is the next move that white did here in this position? What do you think? We already got the h file. We can't stay right here. But let me just tell you this right now. This rook does not stay right here. The knight cannot take the rook on h5 because even Mikhail Tal knew that, pieces were somewhat important and we need to we can't lose all of our pieces. We already sacked the pawn. Now, what do? We're here in this position. Terry, What's up, Terry? How you doing? You know what's funny? This next move actually resembles something, a square of mine that I'm known by. All right. Let's sacrifice our rook on h8. No, we are not sacrificing a rook. But h1, Mikhail Tal was notorious for his sacks. He was, but not rook h8. Like rook h8 is crazy, guys. Rook h8 is crazy. King Jr., you are correct. So we're putting the rook back to the h1 square. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We're putting the rook back to the h1 square, and we're going to plan something else pretty devious. Some players probably already know in the chat what the plan is, but let's see. Let's see what happens here. So after rook to h1, now we got this sneaky move by the opponent, d5. d5, because Bill's trying to stop us from doing what? Let's say it's white's move again, right? Let's say it's white's move again, only game where you get to play two moves at once. What was the idea of actually putting the rook to h1 than all these other squares? What was the idea? Yeah, obvious, right? The queen wanted to go to the h2 square. Thank you, Southern Chess Spirit. I got it. Hey, I got you. Joe, I got you too. All right? So the plan was going queen h2. That's why black did this move d5. And so now we can't go queen h2 because this queen is attacking the square. So after queen h2, queen takes on h2, and then we're lost again. What happens after d5? What happens after d5 in this position? And this is when things just go a little bit hectic, a little bit crazy, but they're really good moves. What is the best moves for white? The ex-grammar, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. We're not doing queen h2 anymore. Daniel, he got the next move correct. Bishop f4. Bishop f4 is actually the best move in this position, but he did not do bishop f4. You already know that Mikhail Tal loved sacrificing pieces, and that's why he did this move e5 here in this position. And you're probably wondering, what the crap is e5? Why are we doing e5? What is going on here? So after e5, black has a lot of decisions to make. Can they do queen takes on e5? Is this an option? Like, why doesn't queen e5 work here? Dang, better get in there. Why doesn't queen e5 work here? Why doesn't queen e5 work? Does anybody know? Then sacking the bishop. Why doesn't queen e5 work? The rook traps the queen. Yeah, so we got the idea that it traps the queen, but what is the next move here in this position? Like, why does it trap the queen? Why does it trap the queen? Oop. Get that back up. Maybe there's no place for to hide a queen, and annoying if we attack with the bishop to f4. I knew it was e5, but you said my moves were too crazy. Nah, look, see, you got to be crazy at the right amount of times, all right? It's not my fault. Like, you got to be on Mikhail Tal's level. Okay. Dario, you're correct. Trex, you're correct. Daniel, you're correct. So this next move would be bishop to f4, attacking the queen on e5. And then after the queen moves to somewhere like f5, which is like the only safe square, we got moves like bishop to d3, and that queen is like trapped, and then they're going to have to give away a whole bunch of pieces, and that's just really bad. And even like bishop d3 is just so nasty. I don't know. Like, they can sack the knight on e4, and then the game just ends very quickly. Or even better, like bishop h3 options is pretty. Probably bishop h3 is even better. Maybe. No, queen g6, rook g1. Yeah, that's even nastier. Yeah, that might be even nastier. Anyway, the game didn't go like this, though. Bishop f4 was not even played. So after e5, we have this move by the opponent. After e5, knight to e5. Knight takes on e5. instead of queen takes. But after knight takes on e5, what's the goal now? What do we play? What do we play? Pawn to f4? Y'all want to do pawn to f4? I like bishop to f3, king, queen go to g6. The queen can go to g6, but there's like a nastier. So the purpose of what I was saying with bishop to h3 is to get an even nastier attack on the king side with like rook going to g1 after bishop to h3. So you would definitely won't be like, you wouldn't be exactly trapping the queen with that variation, but you would be getting would be basically getting checkmate, which is better than taking the queen. Bishop to f4. In 3, bruh, you are correct. So bishop to f4 is the correct move here. After bishop to f4 in this position, after bishop to f4, we have this move bishop to d6 because that pin cannot stay for the black pieces. If that pin stays on the e5 knight, then we could just attack it twice, or we could do our main move, which is what? What was we trying to do this whole entire time? What was we trying to do this whole entire time? B, you are correct. You are correct. So we was trying to do queen to h2 to attack their king. So after queen to h2, they had no other choice but to run away to king to f8. Now we got them running. Technically, black is completely fine here. This is actually not even winning for the white pieces. It's, yeah, like black is like, the computer is like, dude, we could defend this all together. But we're talking about Mikhail Tal here. They call him the magician of chess, all right? So after queen to h2, king f8, what is our next move? What do? Do we go along and check the king on h8? Or do we do something else? What do we do here? Miguel is saying do queen h8. Can we quickly go over why queen h2 didn't work first? Now we got to move forward. We got to move forward. Rook e1. Not rook e1. So you get the idea that after queen h8 or king e7, okay, that's fair. Do we still do queen to h8 even though the king is going to e7? Or the knight might be going to g8? Do we still do the move queen to h8? Yeah, Aiden, you are correct. Who else? Who else is correct? And you will be getting a shout out for, you just be getting a shout out if you get the move correctly. We still do queen to h8 here. And after knight to g8, we're back in business. Woohoo! Because that was a mistake. That was not the best move here in this position. And so after knight to g8, what is white's best move? How can we make another threat into the position? What can we do here? What is the best move? Rook h7, trap jutsu, Gregory, Rubik's Cube. Yep, you all got it. So we got this move rook to h7 here in this position, attacking the pawn on g7. And so after this, they don't have a lot of moves to defend this pawn on g7. And so what black decided to do was actually f5. f5. And you might be thinking, what's the point of that? The point was the queen is now defending the g7 pawn since we pushed up the f pawn. Now, what happens next here? What do we do? What do we do here in this position? How can we add the pressure? They're finding their best moves. We're going to have to find our best moves as Mikhail Tal. Gregory, you're correct. Who else is correct in here? We cannot do queen takes on g7. Queen takes on g7 is not the best move. Queen H1X, we got can't join the rapid tourney. Oh no! If I remember right, the black queen was attacking that diagonal, so they needed to block that. What is the next move to put more added pressure in the position? So they did open up the rank for the queen, and this is why most of you is correct on this next move. They did open up the rank so that the queen is defending the g7 pawn. So black did their only best move. White has to do their only best move by doing bishop to h6. When have you ever seen three pieces lined up like that, just attacking one pawn? Anyway, white is attacking this one pawn 3 times. Defended twice. What is going on here in this position? Well, we're going to figure out how it ended though. So after bishop to h6, black defending like a pro, they did this move rook to d7. Why not? We need to defend this pawn as much as possible. There's so many tactics in this position. What does white play here? What do you think? We're in this position. What do you think white plays here next? And this next move is a little bit wild, I will say. This next move is a little bit wild. But this is Mikhail Tal that we're talking about here. Gregory must know the game. He has to know the game. Thank you for sharing the live stream, Drew. Thank you. I appreciate it. This next move is insane. I need 3 confirmations of people that knows this next move. I need 3 confirmations right now. Right now. All right? Come on. We got this. This is a Mikhail Tal game. We need to start sacrificing pieces, making more threats in the position. Gregory is right. Who else is right? Brady is right. I didn't get this far. I didn't get this last move. You didn't get this last move? Just put it out of pressure. So if pawn takes on h6, the rook would have taken the queen on c7. That was the main purpose of it, but we just wanted to add more pressure on the g7 pawn. Now, after rook to d7, Mikhail Tal decided to do bishop takes on b5. Now, whenever you think about development, I don't think you usually think about it like this, but this is just an amazing position of like what is going on here. This bishop wasn't doing nothing, and now is doing something. This is being sacrificed. He does not care about his pieces, but it's for an added purpose of like, okay, how can I keep on attacking my opponent's king, all right? How can I distract them? So the main idea of bishop takes on b5 is taken back with the knight, which would be attacking the queen and the bishop on d6. So black understood this, and he was like, okay, well, I'm not going to take that bishop because that just looks losing. I'm going to do rook to f7. White had a choice to make. White had a choice to make. Do white keep the bishop on the b5 square? Do we use that bishop? Do we do a move like bishop to e8? Do we do something else crazy? Like, what's the idea here? Because a lot of our pieces are actually being, they're being threatened. We got this bishop being attacked. We got this pawn attacking our bishop on h6. What is our plan here? It's too chaotic. What is going on? Brady, you is correct. What game is this? This is a Mikhail Tal game. Mikhail Tal against Alexander. Yeah, everybody already get it. Okay, y'all getting the moves correct. I get y'all. Gregory, Brady. Who else? Who else do we got in here? Who else? Everybody got it. Rubik's Cube, Southern Chess Spear. Yeah, we don't quit the momentum. We're not gonna do like a coward move like bishop to e2. We're going to do rook to g1, attacking the pawn on g7. Now, what happens here? There's a lot of variations. There's a lot of moves to think about. But black decided to do this move, rook to a7. Best move in the position to try to defend. Now, when you see your opponent tied up like this, in this weird position, they have to be losing, right? There's no other way around it. If your pieces are tightened up to the point where you can't even move them anymore, and you have to find the best move every single time, then the opponent has to be losing. So after rook to a7, what happens here? How can we get our last piece into the game that's not really doing anything? How do we do that? How do we do that? This game is a Mikhail Tal game. This was back in the 1950s, man. 1800 or less. What are you talking about? These are grandmasters playing. What are you talking about? How do we get our last piece into the game? We're the white pieces. We're trying to figure out the best move for white. Chess Spirit, you are correct. Yeah, so this game is actually going to it's gonna get worse. Boss, you're correct too. We got this next move, knight to d4. Knight to d4 in this position. Just bring in another piece. And after knight to d4, knight to g4. And yeah, every single piece is all over the place. This is a masterpiece of a game. And oh my goodness, there's like really, like, how do you even think about this? How do you even think about the best move? What is the best move here in this position? What would you say? You're the white pieces. You're trying to figure out what's going on here. You're calculating, and they had all the time in the world back in the day to calculate the best move. So what do you think? Knight to e6, bishop d7. What are you saying? What are you thinking? All right. Knight to e6, knight to e6. Wait, is bishop e8? Bishop e8, king takes on e8, and then queen takes on g8. Well, the only thing is, after bishop to e8, black doesn't have to capture the bishop on e8. There's so many pieces that's willing to be captured. It's hard to calculate. It's hard to calculate with everything being attacked. Knight takes on f5, knight e6. Okay, I see y'all point, but this was a time when Mikhail Tal, he decided to take something. Let me just say, he gave in. The madness is here, but he actually decided to take something. Right? He's not just doing any more moves. He's not doing knight takes on e6. He didn't do that. He didn't move the bishop to d3. He decided to take something because he wanted some material back. Bishop to e6, actually. Not bishop to e6. He didn't go back with his pieces. Mikhail Tal usually don't do that, too. Just to put that out there. He usually doesn't pull his pieces backwards. Harry the... what the heck is your name? Harry the Hin? Bro, what type of name is that? Yeah, so he decided to take this knight. He did f takes on g4. He was like, okay, I mean, let me just take a knight. Like, it's just one pony, right? You know, this is the time when you can have your cake and eat it too, right? So f takes on g4. I know we just did a whole bunch of crazy moves like bishop takes on b5, bishop to h6, queen h8, e5. We did a lot of crazy moves. But f takes on g4. Good. We got that. And then they did a terrible move. They did bishop to e5. Their best move, weirdly enough, they had to do bishop to f4. And after bishop to f4, white is only up like 1 point, right? But, I mean, who can still think under all of this pressure? And so they did the worst move possible. They did this move, bishop to e5. What happens after bishop to e5? What do you think? You're the white pieces. You're trying to figure out what to do next. And if y'all get the best move, congrats, because not even Mikhail Tal got the best move. Not even Mikhail Tal got the best move. That game is a wrap. Knight to f4, g5, saw this earlier, queen g8. Queen g8, y'all trying to sack the queen? What happens after sacrificing your lady? What did I tell y'all about sacking your lady? What happened? Like, we don't do that unless there's checkmate on the board or like some strategic advantage that is unheard of. We don't just sack the lady. What are we doing here?
IP I don't followed even know.
Your channel. I'm officially lost in this game. Well, Paulie, you are correct. So the move that was played here was actually knight to c6. That was the move that was played here. Weirdly enough, the best move instead of knight to c6 was knight to f3, attacking the bishop. But all right, knight to c6. That was the move that was played. After here, still winning. After here, bishop takes on c3, and black should have known that they was going wrong here after taking a piece, because what in this game didn't even deliver anything of like this simple of taking a knight right here. Clearly, the best move isn't trading your best piece that was defending this G7 square. Anyway, after bishop takes on C3, what happens here? And y'all gonna be like, bro, what the crap? First of all, there's probably people that don't even know who Mikhail Tal in here, that don't even know who Mikhail Tal is. But he didn't do anything simple in this next move. Why did they draw this out so much? Because anybody can mess up. Is this a Tal versus his coach? Nah, man. Nah. What is the best move for white? What do you think?
Napoleon Bonifard
If you're
followed
new
your
here,
channel.
welcome. But seriously, if you're new here, comment your best move so that we can all learn together. Thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate it. G5. Yeah. So you remember what I said? Like usually he doesn't go back, and if he does go back, he's actually going forward. Well, he went back in this last move. He went back, but he's still attacking. Queen takes on F2, queen takes on F2, queen takes on F2. That is not even, that's an illegal move that you said three times. That's an illegal move.
STVAYA followed your channel.
Dude, Bishop, okay, I'm gonna give y'all 30 more seconds to figure out this move. But after 30 seconds, that's it. You're cut off, all right? After 30 seconds, you're cut off. Rubik's Cube, you are correct. So Mikhail Tal in this position, he was like, okay, you took a knight. You want me to do B takes on C3. I get it. You want me to do a slow move, but skip the knight. I didn't want that pony anyway. Donkey who? Because he did this move bishop to E3. Bishop to E3. And you might be thinking, no, he's attacking the rook on A7. That's the main point. No, he's threatening bishop C5 check. That's the real threat. And to end this game, bishop C5, king E8, maybe some queen takes on G8. That's the real threat. It's not even y'all thought this is beginner stuff. The knight is already attacking the rook on A7. So after bishop to E3, so after this move, bishop to E3, we have this next move, E4. He didn't black didn't mind getting his rook taken, but he didn't mind this check on C5. But we need to figure out how to keep on going forward with our pieces. Like, what do we do here? What do we do here in this position? What do you think? Take the bishop? I can tell y'all right now, that bishop is not getting taken. That bishop is not getting taken. Not right now. Probably not ever, but that's up to you to figure out.
Move from in front of the board. You're not made of glass, Lowell.
What happens? What happened? Move from in front of the board. You're not of glass. Oh, that is true. My bad. I'm usually used to on Twitch having a digital board somewhere right here, but nah. This is yeah. Let me not be in front of the board. G takes on F5. King G7, Queen G8, all the moves are not this. Gregory, he definitely knows this game. Bro, how do you remember the game? Justin, you got it right. Dr. Gingerbread, you got it right. Ugh, yeah, everybody got it right. Okay. So he didn't care about the bishop. He does not care about recapturing that bishop on C3. What he does care about is checkmate. And so that's why he did this simple move, rook G to H1. And you might be thinking, okay, what's the point of rook G to H1? Well, no matter what exactly happens here, let's say they try to do a move like rook to B7 or something, there's on the table, queen takes on G8, king takes on G8, rook H8 checkmate. Sometimes chess is just really that simple. Anyway, after rook to H1, black did a rook to D7. What did white do next? We're in this position. We're trying to finish our opponent. They're still surviving. They're still hoping that they can come back in this game. But what does Mikhail Tal do next here? What do you think? What do you think? Bishop F4? Bishop G, wait a minute, bishop can't even go to G4. What are you talking about? Bishop can't even go to G4. King takes on a7. Knight takes on. Y'all trying to take the rook on. Ugh. You trying to take the rook on a7? Shame on you. Who was that one chatter who tried to do that? Shame on you. All right, just because there's a piece doesn't mean you have to take it. All right, we're trying to get checkmate here. And so after rook d7, and I don't think anybody would have thought of this. Connor did. And let me just check the other chats. And Connor thought about this next move, and then yeah. So we put the bishop on e3. E4 happened. I mean d4 happened, and then we did rook h1, and then they had to move the rook, and then Mikhail Tal put the bishop right back to g5. He put the bishop right back there, because why not? He put the bishop back right there. Now, not the best move ever, because Mikhail Tal could have did g takes on f5 and just opened up the position, but bishop g5, it works out. It's fine. It does draw the position, but cool. Nobody's going to figure out the draw. This is more of like a psychological game that happened here. Because after a takes on b5, many people might think, oh, this is reasonable. Black is just threatening. Rook takes on a2, rook a1. Checkmate. That's a reasonable move to do. Why have something up their sleeve? And what do you think that is? And that's why this game is one of Mikhail Tal's most popular games. What do y'all think? And I bet that y'all not even gonna figure it out. I bet. Probably somebody that knows about this game, like Gregory. He's like chanting it in the TikTok chat. But what is this next move here? Bishop to e7. Dude, this is the most entertaining chess stream I've ever seen. Kudos to you. Hey, thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. Are the rules for chess still the same if the board is vertical like this? Yeah, the rules stay the same in chess. This is a 64 squared board with 32 light squares and 32 black squares. 32 dark squares. All right, but we have this next move, rook 1 to h6. After you see a move like this, I would have just completely resigned. But this guy's pretty cool. You know what I mean? He's a pretty awesome guy. He just wants to keep on sacrificing stuff. Now, to the average beginner, you're probably like, "What the crap is going on here? This is too much of stuff that's going on." All you need to know is that development is really important. The more development that you have, the more you can do tactics, and tactics is really important in chess. Many people claim that tactics is 99% of chess. Now, after rook to h6, and after getting this guy out of the chat because he wants to ruin everything, and I'm with it, bro. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a political stream at all or a religious stream. This is a stream for everybody, honestly. Where's that automatic ban? Yeah, there we go. Get banned. All right, cool. Anyway, after rook 1 to h6. We have d3, and this game ends in 4 more moves. Get that automatic ban. Yeah, people acting like a donut, bro. Bro, mate. Where's the mate? Rook f6? That's what you want to do? Is there a mate after rook to f6? Is there a mate? That's not what he did. That's not what he did here in this position. Rook takes on e6. You don't need to know who got banned. It's fine. Hey, I'm new to chess. Can you tell me if the knight from g2 on f4 is a good start play? First of all, the knight to g2 to f. What? You just tricked my whole brain. I don't even know if you're talking about chess. There is no mate because of bishop to f6. All right, that is true. And there is no mate because of that. That's actually a good tip, Rubik's Cube, that he just gave everybody in the chat. That's a good tip on what is the best move here. Bishop to e7, e7. So y'all trying to do bishop to e7. What? Y'all trying to do bishop to e7. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. Hey, Jamie, how you doing? Dangerous one. He is correct. Weirdly enough, Mikhail Tal stopped his attacking
thoughts all together, and he did this move. B takes on C3. he, he was like, you know what, that bishop, like, checkmate is good, but like that bishop is really doing just too much for the black pieces. And so let's just snap that bishop off the board. D2 was played here, attacking the king. King moved to D1. I should have let y'all figure that out, but I helped y'all. And then black did this move, queen takes on C6. And now, what are we left with? If you think about it, what are we left with? We're left with our bishop on G5, our rook on H6, our rook on H7, and our queen on H8. Those are the pieces that we are left with. And we need to figure out how to jumble them all together. Like, we need to figure out how to checkmate or something. Gregory, you're correct. Entropic, you're correct. And dang, that's 3 people. Mehmet, you're correct too. Now we can do this move, rook to F6. This knight is pinned, cannot do this. This pawn isn't pinned though. But is it correct to do king to E8? It seems like black is forced to take that rook. It seems like it. But even after taking the rook, bishop H6. And that's pretty dangerous too. And that's checkmating too. After rook to F6, last move to think about. Rook to F7. This is pretty much the only move to continue on with the game. And then what happens? Last move, and opponent resigns. Last move, and opponent resigns. Patrick got the rook F6 move correct. Bishop H6. Last move, and opponent resigns. Rubik's Cube, you're correct. Knight shift, you're correct. Yeah. Everything is so much pinned that queen can just take on G7 and game is lost. Game is over. The opponent shook hands and they went on their merry way. Because what are you supposed to do after seeing queen G7 on the chessboard? What are you supposed to do? H1, do you mind sending a link to this game on the Discord? I would like to study it. Yeah, sure. Sure. Rare for chess to look cool, dude. Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, bro, you know it. What's that Bruno Mars song? I don't know that song. I just know the tune. I'm not good with the lyrics and stuff. Not true. Chess is often cool. Yeah, exactly. Chess is always cool. But anyway, Jesus, that was a crazy game. Yeah, this was a crazy game. And yeah, just every piece is being taken after king E8. We can take the queen. I mean, we could take the knight. We could take this. Probably rook takes on F. We gotta make sure. I gotta make sure. Rook takes on F7 is good. Like, there's a pawn right there. I was wondering, okay, queen H1, but no, rook takes on H1. There's so many different types of checkmates that's about to happen on this board. The easiest way to play this is probably just rook takes on F7, and then they can't even recapture the rook because of queen takes on F7 checkmate. The bishop is eyeing this diagonal. Just a lot of stuff that's going on in this game. USCF expert here. I wanted to study knight G6 after white played rook. Bishop takes on B5. Now this game, I will tell y'all, this game, even though it's a masterpiece, there is a lot of mistakes in this game. That's why I call it like a psychological masterpiece, more than just a normal masterpiece. Queen G8 is the easiest. Queen G8 is, yeah, Queen G8 is probably the easiest. Queen G8, King E7, rook. Okay, Rubik's Cube. Queen G8 is probably the easiest. I kind of like rook takes on F7 though. Everything leads to Rome, all right? When do you go live again so I can be live, see another game? I usually go, this is a special event, so I'm gonna be going live tomorrow at 1 p.m. If I do get a game by the audience, that would be great. If I don't, then it is what it is. Let me check right quick. We might have another game from the Supernationals kids. We might have a game, but let me check. I gotta check my email because they were supposed to be sending me there, or honestly, I don't know how I even want to do this because they were supposed to be sending me games. but we can just go over another Grandmaster game right now. I don't care about doing that. Heck, just tell me who Tal is playing. Shoot. Yeah, I don't got another game. You know what? You know what we got to do? We got to go over another Grandmaster game. Because that was pretty fun. We gotta go over another Grandmaster game. Hey, you know what I mean? You gotta roll with it. What time zone tomorrow? Oh, time zone. What's the time zone in Florida? I know, like, that makes no sense. But I'm literally from Kansas City. What does anybody? Do I really have to look it up? Can somebody just look that up? What is the time zone in Florida? So that I can just stop, because all I'm thinking about is Central Time Zone, and I actually forgot. I'm new to this being in different time zones type of thing. Eastern? Okay, bet. Yeah, Eastern Time Zone, Patrick. Eastern Time Zone. I'm new to this whole, like, traveling thing. All right. I'm just being completely honest here. A black boy doesn't travel much. You know what I mean? Just kidding, kinda, sort of. Maybe not. So this is a weird game, but I don't know. Usually I don't be acting right when the. Ooh. Should we dare do a Bobby Fischer game? Should we dare? Actually, isn't it? Bobby Fischer did go against Mikhail Tal. No. Let's do a Bobby Fischer game. Let's do this one. This one seems pretty interesting. It's a good instructional game. All right, let me set up all the pieces again. Give me some time. Yeah, Mikhail Tal did whoop Bobby Fischer's tail, just in case if y'all didn't know that. Like, everybody thinks that Bobby Fischer won every single game, when that wasn't actually the case. That wasn't actually the case. Oh my goodness, bro. Dude, hey, I just want to let y'all know, there's going to be a point in time where I'm going to have to stop throwing pieces on the ground. Because your boy's getting older. When I first threw a piece on a demo board, how old was I? I was like 23. I was like 23. Now picking up the pieces is becoming just a tad bit harder, all right? Like, I can't be playing 52 pickup every single time I'm trying to teach a lesson. Thank you for the raid, Speed Chess 14. I appreciate it. Make sure to give him a shout out. Yeah, y'all know your boy's getting older. Maybe a lesser known game, so people don't know the move. That is true, but honestly, the most popular games is what gets the views. And plus, I kind of can tell when somebody's just spamming out moves, and so I look for confirmations of like several different people. Not just one player, not just one person. But
if chess
that
IRL
one
boxing
person
was a
is
thing,
commenting
who
the
would you
most
nominate to go
out of
against Lol
everybody,
Tyler 1?
then that one person is going to get the most shout outs. Who would you nominate to go against Tyler 1? I'll nominate myself. I'll take him out for everybody. I'll take him out for everybody. Maybe it's the genes. Maybe it is. That is true. Nah, man. It's. I need to do some more squats. If chess in real life boxing was a thing, who would you nominate to go? Oh, I didn't even read the whole thing. I'll still nominate myself. If I have to chess box somebody, let's go, bro. What the what? Look, nah, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Look, that's the perfect reason why I shouldn't be chess boxing, just because of that move that I just played. Like, I don't ever know to put my fist up or to cover my face. All I know is like Jackie Chan moves. Tips to get better than your friends and new. Just play chess and learn something new every day. Needs to do more Saitama workouts. I do. Anyway, so we are the white pieces in this game. In this game here, what do you think is the first move that we should be playing here? What do you think is the first move that Bobby Fischer played in this position, in this game that's starting right now? Y'all got this. Dangerous one is still in here. Daniel. Zod is a hockey player, so he can probably box a little. Yeah, that is true. We'll just add Zod in here. That is true. But I'm not a boxer. Unless you, hey, don't look at my kids the wrong way. I'll become a boxer real quick. Like, when it comes to my kids, I box anybody. I don't care if you're the Big Show or somebody. I don't care, bro. I'll get a chair. I get those legs. You know what I mean? Yeah, get those. And back to chess. After this move e4, c5, we're going into the Sicilian defense. What do you think Bobby Fischer played next here in this position after e4, c5? Do not clip that. Do not clip that. We're at an event right now. Do not clip. Oh my goodness. Delta Cell, do not challenge H1 to chess boxing. I'll just randomly get a chair in chess boxing. I just randomly get a chair. Patsy Gamer, you are correct. So we got this next move here by Bobby Fischer, who played at 96% accuracy. Crazy enough. Knight to f3. Knight to f3. After knight to f3, we have knight to c6. And then what do you think Bobby Fischer played next here in this position? What do you think Bobby Fischer played next? H1 about to get 5. Bishop c4, c3, d4, f3. That all those moves make some sense. Hey, c3, bishop c4. All right, he didn't do bishop c4. He didn't do c3. He's not gonna, like, this is back in the past. C3 wasn't as prevalent as it is now. But what is the move that white plays here? Yeah, Rubik's Cube. There we go. Usually back in the day, they always went for the open Sicilian. They're always going to do the move d4 in this position. And so after d4, c takes on d4, and then what was played next? Are we going to play queen takes on d4? What's up? What's up? What we playing? what we playing here? After c takes on d4, what else is being played in this position? C4 right here is crazy. Knight takes. Are y'all sure queen doesn't take on d4? Are we sure about that? Are we? Do you want to see the game I have from Tal? Bro, we're doing another game. Knight takes on d4, and then black actually played next after knight takes on d4, g6. Now we got a accelerated dragon variation that is going on here. So you already know this is going to be an exciting game after seeing the move g6. After g6, what do you think white played here? What variation? There's a lot of lines that can be played. What do you think Bobby Fischer played? Where are the white pieces? If you comment the best move, you will get a shout out. Knight c3, that's ordinary. What else is being played here? Queen d4 is brilliant, trust me. Force mate in 26, 268 moves, yeah. Bishop e3. Yeah, so the move that was played here, next in this line, is bishop to e3. Bishop to e3, very solid move. Defended a knight at least one more time, right? And so after bishop to e3, bishop to g7, knight to c3, and then black played this move, knight to f6, and what? What is like the signature move that like Bobby Fischer was known for doing? He actually he loves this variation. What was a signature move that he was known for doing? When we are on the white side, we're trying to figure out the best moves for Bobby Fischer, all right? Trying to figure out the best move. This dude loves this move, c4. What's going to c4? Joshua, yeah, there we go. Bishop c4, right? Bishop c4, pretty good. developing a piece. I thought my Sicilian theory was bad, but I'm remembering some of the moves. Shockingly, hey, there we go. So after bishop to c4, castle kingside. Nothing's going on yet in the position, but you have to set up everything first. Bishop c4, castle kingside, bishop to b3, protecting that bishop. Y'all wasn't gonna get it. Bishop to b3, and then we have this move, knight to a5, attacking the bishop on b3. Threading in to capture it. Now, after knight to a5, then we have this next move, which is what? What do you think? Because this is kind of like a bad move a little bit. Just putting your knight on the edge of the board just doesn't, it shouldn't really sit right with you. Sorry, we here. AZ Legend, we are here. We are here. Are all of them book moves? No, not this one. If I'm remembering correctly, it's f3. No, I just said we got to punish knight to a5. Usually, if our opponent does a bad move in the opening, we always have to punish it. This isn't no blitz. This isn't rapid. Nah, this is classical, buddy. This is, actually, back then, this would probably be considered correspondence chess because they used to, like, adjourn games for the next day if they didn't have a lot of time to play it that day. If both the players got tired or whatnot, they used to adjourn games, which, crazy enough, like I wouldn't even feel like playing that one game for a whole week. Anyway, after knight to a5, Bobby Fischer did this move, Rubik's Cube, you got it, e5. Because once the knight moves, white can do this move, e5, attacking this knight, challenging this knight on f6. Like, what is that knight gonna do? Where's that knight gonna go? And not only did they challenge the knight, but they put the knight on the worst square possible, knight to e8. So after doing knight to e8, Bobby Fischer was like, oh, this is very interesting. This is very interesting. Your pieces are backwards. I developed 4. Let's have a party. How do we do so? What is my elo? My elo on chess.com is like around 2,300 on all time controls. It's around like 2,300. Now, what is the best move here? What are we doing? Do I need to sit down? If I need to sit down, that's fine. Like I'll sit down. I'll take a seat. Like y'all know me. I'll take a seat. I'll take a seat. That's fine. Like knight to f3, bishop f4, f4. Oh wait, e5. I'm dumb. If I'm remembering correctly, it's f3. Is it f3? Yeah, we do know. You love sticking. Bro, smoothly, get out of here. Smoothly, get out of here. f4, kingside, castle kingside. No. There's tactics here. I'm just gonna. Where's my bed at? Like honestly, I think I need to. Okay, we're trying to attack the opponent here in this position. All right, y'all got that? So our opponent just did knight to e8. Now we need to think about all of our forcing moves because it's definitely one of our forcing moves. And the first thing we think about is checks. No, smoothly. A man cannot share his love. Not like you. Not like you, bro. No. No. Get out of here. Knight to f5. Bishop. There we go. Connor, you're correct. We got something. We got something, folks. So we're already in a position where we can sack the bishop on f7, checking the king on g8, putting the question to the black pieces if they're going to, like, which piece are they going to capture the bishop with? Or if they're, are they just going to do king h8? Anyway, after bishop takes on f7, now we got to challenge him. I'm clean, hey, how you doing? Now we got to challenge him. Bishop takes on f7. King takes on f7. And we're Bobby Fischer. And the king is a little bit out there. How do we continue? There's only one move to continue correctly. There's only one move to continue correctly. Queen d2. Oh shoot, I didn't see this. Yeah, this is why Bobby Fischer's the GOAT, because nobody would have seen bishop takes on f7, and then the tactics start. Queen f3, too simple. That's a check, but too simple. Good. I hope you're doing fine. I am doing swell. I'm doing well. Queen e2. Yeah, y'all need to think outside the box here. Queen f3, it does check the king, but then the king just goes back to g8, and then we just forget about the purpose of why we did bishop to f7. In which y'all probably thinking, I thought we did bishop to f7 to get the king out. We kind of did, but at the same time, we did this. We got to secretly draw the king out some more. We don't want to force their king back to g8. So how can we draw their king out some more with tactics? Knight to e6. Why didn't the rook take the bishop? The rook didn't take the bishop because of this next move that we're going to do. I give y'all too many hints. Duck Dexter. You are correct. All right? So, we got this move. Yeah, Steven knows it. This is a classic by Bobby Fischer. If you don't know it, then I'm glad that I can introduce this. Knight to e6 was the move here, to draw their king out just a tiny bit more. Knight to e6. Because if you notice, after this move, knight to e8, the queen is not protected anymore. The rook is not protecting the queen, so pawn cannot take the knight on e6. The queen is being attacked. The queen cannot go to b6 because of the bishop. The queen cannot go to c7 because of the knight. And so what is the only move that could be done here by black? It is, he decided to, I forgot that he did that. Oh man, I forgot this. I forgot that he did this. He didn't do king takes on e6 because of queen d5, king f5. So he decided to, do d takes on e6. I forgot that he did this. Oh my goodness. I forgot that he did this. He sacked the queen. Oh no. And so the game actually continued. This is like a really bad position, but black is a pro. So hey, it is what it is. Queen takes on d8, and yeah, the rest of the game is history, but I mean, black does still have a lot of pieces on the board right now. They still got the rook, the bishop, the knight, the rook, the bishop on g7, the knight on a5. They still got a lot of pieces, so we need to figure out exactly how to end this game. Okay. So, after d takes on e6, black did this move, knight to c6. This game isn't so simple, right? We need to figure out what to do. Do we reorganize? Do we keep the knight? Do we keep the queen in there? Do we like make a mistake like queen to c7 and then let the knight take our queen on c7? Like what's the best square to go? What are we doing next? I'm so bad. Knight to e7. Patrick got it. How did I not see this? I don't know. Bobby Fischer's the GOAT. Oh my goodness. Why do y'all have me confirming crap during a live stream? TikTok makes no sense sometimes. Oh my goodness. Okay. I better get this correct or I'm done. Okay. Anyway, so what's the next move here? It doesn't matter that he has a lot of pieces. His pieces are awful. This position feels like 1,000. It does matter. Because a 1,000 can't beat a grandmaster with the black. I mean, bro, it does matter because there's a lot of players in chat that probably couldn't beat Bobby Fischer, even up the queen. So we're the white pieces. Y'all saying doing a move like bishop to c5. Oh, snap. Y'all forgetting that pieces move backwards. Oh, no. No, I was seeing too many other moves. I need to start teaching y'all. Dude, knights can move backwards. We already moved backwards with knight to c6. This knight can take queen on d8. I was thinking, okay, y'all just need to catch up to the stream. It's like, no, y'all are thinking that this knight can't take the queen on d8. We don't want to lose our lady like that. we don't want to lose our lady. Queen d3. Yeah. Okay. So we're getting back on track. Queen d3 is not the move that he did here, but he actually did do queen to d2. Just one square off. Yeah, queen d2, David. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting the right moves. Okay, I was wondering, like, dang, they must be far back. It's like, nope, they are not. They don't see that pieces move backwards. Queen d2, bishop takes on e5, and we still got a game here. There's a lot of players that would lose this position, even up the queen, but this game actually continued longer in this position, and so what did Bobby Fischer do next here in this position? What do you think? David is goated. What do you think? Bishop takes on e5, save queen, bishop h6. Bishop h6 is unique, but one thing that, okay, so if we're winning a position, one thing that beginners do a lot is keep on attacking with the pieces that is already out, when actually, in hindsight, you should be developing the rest of the pieces that you have. You don't stop developing the rest of the pieces, because if you just go in there attacking with the queen and bishop, and then they defend with all their pieces that they have left, all the pieces that they have left is stronger than the queen, the bishop, and the knight. So why would we stop developing now? Queenside castling is very enthusiastic, David, but he actually regular castled. he actually regular castled. He did the move. He just did Kingside castle. But I wish he did what I wish he would have Queenside castled. But you know, why give your opponent that respect when they just lost the queen within what was that? 11 moves? 10 moves? No, 12 moves. Castle kingside, knight to d6. Those knights are looking very devious right now. And then what do we do next here in this position? What do we do next? Would you be weirded out if I mailed you a cool chess set? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Actually, maybe, I don't know, just message me about it. F2, F4, castle. What are we doing next here in this position? Y'all want to do F4? Interesting. He actually did something similar to F4. Not bishop H6, not pawn F4. He didn't do any of those moves. He didn't do those at all. What did he do here? Bishop H6. He didn't do F4. He didn't do bishop H6. Yes, I would be weirded out smoothly if you set the picture of yourself. That would make me a little bit worrisome, I will say. This Rook D1. Okay, Rook D1 does make sense. He did this move actually bishop to F4 first. Bishop to F4, just getting, like, attacking that bishop, maybe trying to trade it, etc. I mean, white is up a whole queen, so why not? So after bishop to F4, knight to C4, a best move for black. And then what happens next? Because this knight is attacking the queen on D2. And there are like a few tactics that can happen here, you know what I mean? Like if the queen goes back to C1, that's a regular move. That could happen. And once you start moving your pieces more passive, usually that's when beginners start like losing in this type of position. Now, we're the white pieces. How can we attack our opponent's pieces? With a few tactics, just do an ordinary trade. Yep, Rubik's Cube is correct. So we got this next move, Queen E2. Queen E2, attacking the knight, attacking the bishop. Pretty cool. So after Queen to E2, bishop takes on F4, bishop takes on F4, and then queen takes on F4 at C4. We're not going to, I'm not going to let y'all guess that. Queen takes on C4, and then we got King G7, best move, and then we have what next? What do we do? What's the cleanest way how to end this? There's still a lot of pieces on the board. We got to figure out what to do. Queen C2, Queen C1, Rook D1. Okay, so we can get another. I'm pretty sure anything wins here. We got to figure out the moves that Bobby Fischer did to swiftly win. He got a 96% accuracy. So, I mean, I'm just following the man that got 96% accuracy. Free bishop, Queen E2. G3, enough messing with you. I'm proud of you. Your commitment is always impressive. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. bum dum. Queen d4, queen f4. Oh, so we cannot do queen takes on f4. That would quickly lose to rook takes on f4. That would be really bad. Make sure that you like the video. Just want to remind y'all on YouTube and on TikTok. Let's get to 10,000 likes on TikTok. Can we do that? That'd be great. Knight to e2 is very close to the move that Bobby Fischer did. Knight to e2 is very close to the move that Bobby Fischer did. Or rook a to d1. Not rook a to d1. He actually did this move drh. Yep, you are correct. Knight to e4. That was the move that was played here. Oh crap. So after knight to e4, bishop goes to c7, and then what else is played after bishop to c7? And this is the most efficient way on how to make sure that the opponent knows that their pieces are kind of in like garbage spots. Because if the opponent doesn't want to resign, I mean, yes, they're already in a sour mood, of course, right? But this is competition. You're still playing a game with me, and I'm up a queen. So I'm going to make you even feel worse about yourself and hit you with a bunch of tactics, tactic after tactic. That's basically what chess is all about. You know, somebody's going to get their feelings hurt. It is what it is. As long as you know how to control those feelings and become better the next game, then you know, that's fine. That's fine. Knight g5. Knight g5 is very similar to the move that he played, but he didn't actually play knight to g5. If the opponent, Crash Dummy Rich, thank you for the subscription. If the opponent wants to keep on playing chess with you, down a piece, you make them, you know what I mean? You just go full throttle on them. You know, drive the car, stick shift, boom. You know what I mean? C5, interesting. Okay, David, you're correct. Knight c5 was the move I was playing. And yes, that's technically. Anyway, after knight to c4, c5, rook to f6, defended the pawn on e7. And then we have this solid move c3. We have the solid move c3, e5. And then what else is played here in this position? What do you think?
Crash Dummy Rich followed your channel.
Oh crap. What is this music? That's some Tekken. It's a Tekken song. Only people that play Tekken knows what that song was. It's fine. It's an inside joke. Rook A to D1. Duck Dexter, you are correct. A dangerous one, you are correct. Yep. Rook A D1. Controlling the file, getting more of your pieces into the game. That music is 2 hours long. Hey, bro. In the game, when I'm in practice mode, I go to that board all the time. Rook A to D1. Knight to D8. Dude, what type of, hey, bro, that's the type of moves that you be playing over the board if you play a lot of like chess online. You do like an extra step with the knight. Anyway, knight to D8, their knight. And then, what is the next move here? What is the next move that white plays in this position? That is a mage knight. I know, right? That knight does that knight is going places. That's a strong knight. Knight to e6. What are we doing next here in this position? Funny, you are correct. So he actually did this move, knight to d7. Attacking the rook on f6 because knights can move backwards, just to give everybody that reminder. And white doesn't really want that bishop on c8 to be developed at all. And if they take, so be it. I mean, they're up the queen. And so after knight to d7, rook to c6 was played, attacking the queen. And hopefully y'all are seeing, based off this match, like, it's not so easy to win a game like this, especially against a grandmaster, because they're going to keep on fighting and finding threats. We just still need to punish the opponent, and find better threats. Make sure to use the piece that they lost. We're the white pieces. We're trying to figure out the best moves for them. Because if you play XSL, Queen B5. Not Queen B5 actually does the same thing with this move, but Rubik's Cube got it. Queen to H4. You might as well bring the queen over there too while attacking the pawn on E7. Like, the main thing is attacking the pawn on E7, but if they protect the pawn, then we got other threats with that too. I mean, shoot, we're probably going to be playing F4 pretty soon. So after Queen to H4, Rook to E6, defending the pawn on E7, and then what do we have next here? What do we do? Because they can't defend everything with just a rook. Now, this is an important factor when we're trying to win a position, up a piece, is that their pieces are still garbage, and our pieces are wonderful. They're wonderful little angels, right? So they're trying to attack our whole force, or trying to defend from our whole force with just 3 pieces, with their knight, bishop, and rook on E6. They can't do that. That's an impossible task. We're not doing F4 yet, but we need to do a better move. What is a better move for the white pieces? What do you think? Yeah, there we go. Rubik's Cube is getting everything. We need somebody else. We need somebody else. Dexter, he's getting everything too. Can we have a new person? We need everybody to comment. Figure out the best move. Or, I mean, shoot. We need everybody to do that. Rook to F1, D7 to F7. I think it's just them two. Okay, so the next move is actually knight to C5. Knight to C5. Rook to D3, I do get it because you want to rook lift to H3. Very wonderful job. Like, keep the pressure going, keep on being aggressive. I do get you. I get that. But knight to C5, attacking the lonely rook that's defending the pawn on E7, very efficient, very effective, like it's dang near Pokemon Red. Now, after knight to C5, we have this move, rook to F6. They're defending the pawn, but they're blocking. Now what do we do? What do we do in this position? And I call this move the ring around the rosy. Because the knight was on D7, now the knight is on C5. What do we do next here? Fiesta line. And if you're new to here, if you're new to here, you're trying to figure out the best move for the white pieces. This is a Bobby Fischer game that he played. It's one of those popular games of the century, all right? So after knight to E5, attacking the rook on F6, Black played this move, rook to F4, because now if he goes back to rook to E6, we have knight to G5, which is attacking the rook and threatening queen takes on H7 at the exact same time. So they have to play something different. Like I said before, grandmasters aren't just going to lie over and just admit defeat. They're going to keep on fighting, especially with this move, rook to F4, attacking the knight and the queen at the same time. What do we do now? What do we do next? We got to end this game. Got to end this game. Doc, you are correct. Daniel, you're correct. Who else is correct? All right, cool. Y'all got it. So once the rook moved off of the F6 square and didn't go to E6, now we can actually take that pawn on E7, and everything is breaking apart. And plus, they're not using 3 of these pieces. Like I said, these pieces are trash right now. And so after queen to E7, we have the next move. Oh snap! Y'all spam it. Check time. What do you mean check time? Queen to E7, rook to F7. And then what happens next? I don't know who. What happens next here in this position? What are we doing? Queen to c5, queen e5. This is a Bobby Fischer game. Daniel, oh yeah, I will shout out everybody that gives me a follow. All right, if you follow, then you get a shout out. Queen to e8, queen d8. All right, they're attacking our queen. We need to keep on putting our queen on an active square, but we grab the pawn, which is good. Queen e7. Our queen is already on e7. Queen c7. Queen takes on c7, rook takes on c7. Come on now. Come on, guys. Are we even saying real moves at that point? Take pawn. Queen h4. So, actually, I'm going to give y'all 10 more seconds to figure this out. I'm going to give y'all 10 more seconds. We know the queen is moving somewhere. It actually doesn't go to h4. It doesn't go to e8. It doesn't go to g5. The queen moves somewhere else. It doesn't go to c5. It actually goes, like, this isn't Mikhail Tal, all right? Bobby Fischer grabbed the pawn and moved completely out. Like he was like Solid Snake or somebody. You know what I mean? He moved completely out of there. F6 is crazy. Queen F6 is crazy. Queen A. Cody, you're like correct, but you set the wrong square. But I'm guessing that you meant Queen A3. Yes, Rubik's Cube, you're correct too. Queen to A3 was the move that he played. He grabbed the pawn and head completely out of there. You know, like why does the queen need to be vulnerable up in the enemy's camp? We need to bring the other pieces up in the enemy's camp. And so after Queen A3, Knight C6, now they're finally like maybe Black's pieces is finally going to be happy to actually get out and developed into the battle. Now after Knight to C6, what happens next? What happens next here in the position? Wrong number, but yes. Cody, I knew it. I got your back, Cody. I got your back. Knight D6. Yeah, there we go. Somebody got it. And bro, enjoy. You are correct, but your name is wild, bro. Johnny Adim, you're correct. And Knight to G6 was the move here, attacking the bishop on C8 and the rook on F7. That knight is doing a lot of damage, and I know Black is just annoyed with it. And so after Knight to D6, bishop takes on D6, have to. And then we have this move, a rook takes on D6. Y'all thought it was going to be queen takes on D6, but nope, rook takes on D6 for a purpose, because after bishop to F5, and what are we doing next here? And I said the last moves with a purpose, but actually he didn't do that move yet. If you're thinking about bringing the other rook for a battery, he did not do that. He has not did that. Okay. Bobby Fischer actually thought about something else, and most people will be like, "Dude, why isn't Black resigning? Why isn't Black resigning?" I'm correct because he got tired of it. H1 stop. Double the rook. He did not double the rook. He didn't. I'm seeing you on YouTube Shorts. Crazy. Hey, you're here now. I just know I'm everywhere. I was on TikTok first though, just to let you know. But I'm everywhere now. I'm on Twitch. I'm on YouTube. I'm looking at all the chats. My Twitch account, if you want to have a horizontal view, is H1 Chess. Just to let y'all know. What's your rating? It's like around 2,300 on chess.com, like 2,300 on all time controls. Queen B3, not Queen B3. So there's a lot of pieces still on the board. This isn't a easy win just because we got a queen, just because we got an extra queen. Because 2 rooks is still better than a queen. Now our knight and bishop, our opponent's knight and bishop is not better than our 2 rooks. But we still need to figure out an effective plan. And the effective plan is maybe doing a majority attack. If anybody knows what that is, then you should figure out the next move here. Does anybody know the term majority attack? What that means? Don't take this the wrong way, but why no digital board? Because this is more authentic, and then I can throw the pieces. I can't throw digital pieces. And plus, this is how I learned. Yep, Johnny Adim and Rubik's Cube and Poetic Cleric. Yep, you're correct. So we got this move B4 that was played here. Now we're telling our opponent, okay, not only are we up a queen, but we have a pawn majority on the queen side. So this is completely losing. Just reminding our opponent, hey, what are you doing here? And so after B4, Rook F8. And then what do we have next? What are we doing next? Attack on the side where you have more. Yeah, you always usually push the pawns where you have more pawns at. Because, like, the best way to clarify that we're winning a position is by making a passed pawn very easily. I would insta B5, line up the rooks. So both of those things are good. But Johnny's correct. Yeah, everybody that said insta B5 is correct. Because why not just kick that knight out of there? The knight doesn't have any forward squares. And so where did that pony go? It goes to the D8 square. Like, the knight goes sadly back to D8. The rooks aren't connected anymore. And the pieces look bad again. Now, after B5, what do we play here? What do we play? We got to keep on making threats, too. If we're up in pieces, we got to keep on making threats. Major threats. Queen C5. Queen C5 is a legit move. I get that move. That's a really powerful move. He actually did something similar to that move, but I'll let y'all figure it out. Thank you for the follow, Ruthless and Erickson 8 and Demetrius. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Demetrius Smith. Yeah, I said it. Thank you for the follow. Rook D1, Queen C5. All right, we're almost there. Queen C5 is very powerful because you want to do Queen C7 and you're attacking the pawn. But he actually did something a little bit more accurate than that move, weirdly enough. Bobby Fischer actually did something a little bit more accurate. Rook D1. Y'all just trying to bring another piece into the game. I'm not saying that that's a bad move either. But all I'm saying is Bobby Fischer in this match got a 96% accuracy. Queen A5, not Queen A5. I'm going to give y'all about 15 more seconds. I'm about to give y'all about 15 more seconds here to figure it out. So B5 was instant, right? B5 is good. Queen B4, not Queen B4, not G4. Y'all almost got it. I'm not just going to tell y'all because that just ruins the fun of it, right? That just ruins. I am actually going to. We're going to have to move on. But the move, the exact move is Rook to D5. Rook to D5. And you might be thinking, what's the big difference between like Queen C5 and Rook to D5? Well, you know, we are threatening Queenie to... They basically do the same thing a little bit, but this one just seems a little bit more sharper because the Rook goes to D5 instead of the Queen going to C5. After Knight to F7, what happens next here? We have this move. What? I was going to tell y'all, but no, I'll let y'all figure it out for a minute. H was still streaming after my lunch break. Yes, sir. I am still streaming. Rook D1, Queen E7, Rook E1, Rook E5. Ugh. We're trying to figure out the best moves for the white pieces here. We're trying to figure out the best moves for Bobby Fischer. Thank you for following. What's your name? Guard?
Drensgard
Kaden
followed your channel.
He said you were in a secret room. Hyper. Yeah, I am in a secret room. Rook D1, Queen E7, Rook D1. Not anybody can just pop in here. Hello, coach. What's up, lost kid? How you doing? C4, F4, Queen E7. So Bobby Fischer, I gave y'all enough time. Bobby Fischer did this move for Rook to C5. All right, you know, just to get the Rook to the C7 square. He's basically playing like strategic chess at this point because the Rook going to go to D7 because of the bishop on F4. And so now after Rook C5, get the Rook to C7, and why not get the Rook on the 7th rank? And so after this move, we have A6, B6, just to make sure they don't get any activity, no play. Bishop to E4, defending the pawn on B7. And then what do we play next here? What do you think? This game actually ends in the next 8 moves. This game ends in the next 8 moves. While we playing strategic chess, we up a whole queen. Just because you're up, this is not bullet chess. Chill. This is not bullet chess. You can't just steamroll your opponent here. Because if you play the wrong plan or the wrong moves, they could probably come back. Queen A4. Queen A4 is interesting. but he actually decided to use the other rook now. And who got that? DRH, you got it correct. Good job, appreciate it. Enjoy, you got it correct. Who else got it? Yeah, he decided to use the other rook. You know, bullet is my specialty. Well, you know, I do know that. Rook to E1 was the move here. Rook to E1, attacking the bishop on E4. Notice how he brought the rook out when he could do a threat against another piece. That's the only time when he brought the rook out. And he kept the rook back there just in case there were some like back rank tactics. So after bishop to C6, what happens? What happens here? How can we knock out the opponent? How can we knock them out? I don't got my gloves. I'm out of town, so I don't have my boxing gloves, but how can we knock out the opponent? I'll still punch. That's why I can't do chess boxing, just because of those punches that I gave you. Like, what is this? What is, I don't. All right, sack the rook. What do you mean sack the rook? What are we sacking the rook to? You can't just say sack the rook. E5. We are the black pieces. We need to figure out the best moves for black. All right, what is the best move here in this position? I need y'all to be, when you say a move, I need y'all to be confident that that's the best move in the position. Because if you're not confident, why are you even playing chess? You got to be confident in chess, just like how you're confident in life, hopefully, you know, in your like job, in your profession, that you should be confident. Or maybe you probably go to school. Let me see. Just like how some of you is confident in like another game. I don't know what y'all be playing nowadays. I don't know what games y'all be playing out, like Mario Kart or something. I don't know. Riley, you're correct. So rook takes on C6. I didn't know. That was the first time I didn't know exactly where I threw that piece. That was the first time I was like, bro, where did the piece go? Rook takes on C6 is the move that Bobby Fischer was waiting for. Because a pass pawn is very important. After rook takes on C6, B takes on C6.
Vlogs followed your channel.
And then we have what next? Why did we do this? Why did we sack? Why did we sack? What's the purpose? Yeah, the pieces never like me throwing them. The pieces never like it, honestly. Yeah. Main move. Everybody's saying it. B7. There's no other purpose with sacking a rook but doing B7. And even in your own games, just know a pass pawn is really powerful. A pass pawn is ultra powerful because we can promote to a queen. Rook A to B8, stopping the pass pawn, and then what else happens? What's next? All of our opponent's pieces look like complete garbo. But we do need to protect our pawn on B7. What's the best way to do so? Riley HJ, you are correct. And everybody else. Ooh, we got Scooby up in here. Yeah, bishop takes on A6. Okay, so we took the Avery pawn. And then we got what next here? we got queen takes on A6. Knight to D8. Attacking this pawn twice on B7. And then what else? What else are we doing? Yep, Patrick got it right too. Got that last move right too. Why do so many top chess players go absolutely nuts? Because chess is a very nuts game when you got to do all that calculation. Like, bro, what do you mean? All they do is chess for 8 hours. You wouldn't go nuts if you was doing a certain subject for 8 hours a day. Man, there's probably kids in school right now that goes nuts doing schooling 8 hours a day. You know, that's a crazy thing. That's a crazy thing to do. Rook B1. Johnny, you are correct. Rook B1, protecting the pawn on B7. School is good. I forgot to say that. Wait a minute. School, do your homework, do what you got to do so that you can get that money when you get older. Anyway, rook to B1. gotta make sure to preface that. Rook to B1. Rook to F7 because they want to take that pawn. And then what else? What happens here after rook to F7? What move would you do? chess homework. It is, and I get rich. Queen E8, Queen A8, Queen A8. Well, they are, so after Queen A8, they are threatening, like, rook takes on B7, right? So we got to figure out something. Like, they're threatening to take the piece no matter what. Like, they're threatening rook takes on B7. My bad. Probably not that rook, because the queen gets the knight on D8, but B takes on B7, that's what they would be threatening. That's why they did what? I want Queen A7, switch the field. What are y'all thinking? All right, so I'm just gonna tell you this next move because it's a hard one to figure out, but we do need to be partially defensive, and you always want to make a luft for yourself, and that's what Bobby Fischer did. He did this move H3. He did H3. Very simple. Make sure he doesn't lose by back rank checkmate. And then they did rook F takes on B7, taking that pawn. And then what do we do next? And then what happens? Make a luft, create a luft for yourself. What do we do now? Riley, lot dogs. Yep, all of you is correct. DRH, you're correct. Making escape squares. Yep, you gotta make an escape square. Even though you're up a full queen, it does not mean that you should not make an escape square for yourself because you don't want to get back rank checkmated. And so he saw this, he's seen this capture. Rook takes on B7. Rook takes on B7. And then this last move is what made the opponent resign. What was the last move that made the opponent resign? Because this was the reason why he did the move H3. This was the main reason why he did the move H3. JT Miv, you're correct. James Pillar, you're correct. Ruben, you're correct. Bobby Fischer made the opponent resign with this last move. Naz Roberts, you're correct. Queen to A8. Now notice this. If the pawn was still on H2, he didn't have queen to A8 because there would be rook to B1, back rank checkmate, all right? So after queen to A8, attacking the knight on D8, attacking the rook on B7, this was resignable. And so the opponent shook hands with Bobby Fischer, and he resigned. Now, he should have resigned a long time ago when he lost the queen within 12 moves, but we're not even going to talk about that. This was an awesome game by Bobby Fischer opponent, just to show how even technical that he has to be, even being up a queen, because this is real chess, and you got to be ruthless in real chess, okay? All right, that's the end of the stream for today. Hopefully I have some games for tomorrow, but I really don't mind just sharing multiple games with y'all like this anyway. So hopefully you enjoyed this. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm in Florida, Orlando. We're hosting, not hosting, but we're doing Supernationals. So this is like extra content for the US chess thing for Supernationals. I'll be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time. I think it's Eastern. I'm late. I'll be knack. What? You be back? You be knack? J-Man? You be knack? All right. Anyway, I will see y'all next time. I was about to say it was resignable on move 12, but then you said it. Yeah, it was resignable on move 12. But it was a waste of both of their time. It's okay. It's fine. All right. I'll be back. See y'all later. Peace.